And finally, we examined his campaign focus and the issues he believes resonates most with voters across the Upper Peninsula. We inquired about specific issues that he's been hearing from voters in the region. What are the 3 top issues maybe that you're hearing from Uppers specifically? There's 300,000 of us. We're not necessarily going to make or break a campaign, but we're, a very important demographic.
That's why we're here.
And what are you hearing from voters?
I think the big issues that keep coming up are a lot of the ones that you named. Number 1, housing. Number 2, energy costs. And number 3 that we didn't quite talk about but touched on is what feels like the fleeing of young people from a lot of these communities. I think it's a really painful one, right? I think, it's hard not to think about politics and not really think about culture. And if you're somebody whose parents and parents' grew up here, but your kids are leaving, that's a pretty painful thing. And I think it's reflective of a broader frustration that people have with this idea of the American dream, right? This idea that you can provide the basic things for your family and that they can go on and live a life that's a little bit better than yours. And what a lot of young people are saying is like, I actually don't think I can do that here. And that's a problem, right? And so much of what we need to be able to do is to stabilize a life here. And that means making sure that young people believe that they can have a great job, a career that they can grow into, that they believe that they can actually aspire to buy and own a home, that they can send their kids to great schools, that they can live in space and in communities with their parents and their grandparents so that their kids have access to that. And if folks are making that choice against that, then we got to start asking, all right, what are we getting wrong and how we start getting that right? And I think public policy can be a really important tool to be able to do it. I think the reason it's not is because too often, too many politicians who have spent their careers in places like DC or Lansing are a lot more interested in getting that corporate PAC check and then delivering on public policy that benefits the donor rather than coming to communities like this one, listening to the challenges that they talk about and delivering public policy that can work. Again, the thing about it is, a lot of folks will look at my name and be like, that's a very unlikely candidate for office. I am unlikely, right? But a lot of the reason I'm running is because I understand that it just shouldn't be this hard, and that's what we're trying to fix.
Well, Dr. El-Sayed, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate your time. I hope that your experience in the UP is not short. I hope you're back,
We'll be
and
back.
We're looking forward to see how that Senate race plans out.
Well, I really appreciate the opportunity to share time with you, and grateful for folks welcoming me so hospitably here. It's always a great trip in the UP.
Thank you so much. We're also working on inviting all of Dr. El-Sayed's competitors to the table to discuss the issues facing Upper Peninsula voters. As of mid-June in the Democratic Party, he faces Mallory McMorrow, Joe Tate, and Haley Stevens. On the GOP side, Mike Rogers, who narrowly lost to Senator Alyssa Slotkin, currently dominates the ticket, facing Frederick Hurtubise. Stay tuned to My UP News Politics for future interviews with all U.S. congressional, Senate, and gubernatorial candidates in our Candidate Spotlight series, where we'll dive deeper into how each candidate's platform affects UP voters. For My UP News, I'm Andrew Lawrencer.